Coming up on this episode of Admiral Ocean, we'll find out about how an academic class works with a CTE class.
We'll see who the special guest was in the latest AIG seminar, and we'll find out about the way GHS celebrates cultural diversity.
We'll see what GHS got on its report card, and of course, we'll look at what's making headlines in news as well as catching up with GHS sports.
Today is October 24th, 2025, and this is Admiral Ocean. Good morning, Gulfport High. I'm Johnny Blake.
And I'm Julian McHugh. This is episode 7 of season 7 of Admiral Ocean. Thanks for joining us.
Culinary art students will be quick to tell you the course isn't just hanging out in the kitchen. There is so much more. Last week, students in Culinary 1 researched culinary careers and then presented them to the class. Students were tasked with selecting the career of their choice within the food service and culinary industry and then researching that career. Then they had to design a presentation using a shoebox to demonstrate the work environment of that career. And the best projects were chosen as well. Students in each class voted first, and then all of AIG got to vote. And across the hall, students from Miss Clark's honors algebra classes came in to collaborate with Culinary 2. The algebra students were tasked with applying mathematics to make calculations for modifying or expanding recipes. They then gave the new measurements to the culinary students who followed the adjusted recipe. It was a tasty way to see the connection between two areas of study and to demonstrate how, yes, you will use what you learn in math later in life.
Report cards were distributed last week, but students weren't the only ones getting grade report. The Mississippi Department of Education announced the grades for all the schools and districts in the state. And once again, the Gulfport School District earned an A rating, reinforcing its position as one of the top performing school districts in the state. The achievement highlights the district's ongoing commitment to academic excellence, equality, and innovation. The A rating is based on performance metrics including student achievement, academic growth, graduation rate, and college and career readiness. Superintendent Mr. East said the rating is a direct reflection of our dedication to our teachers, the determination of our students, and the support of our families and community. Along with the district, GHS also earned an A rating, showing again that how GHS strives to be one of the best schools on the coast for students.
Last week, the AIG held its October seminar. The second seminar of the year brought back graduates from GHS back to share about their own personal journey from high school to where they are now today. Speakers included bankers, doctors, and business executives, and even one former GHS grad is now the mayor of Gulfport. Mayor Hugh Keating attended the seminar and talked about his journey from Gulfport High School to practicing law to now running the second largest city in the state.
Sometimes a moment finds you. You never know when that opportunity is going to present itself, and sometimes it's a surprise. But don't be afraid to walk through the door of opportunity.
Speaking of former admirals going places, GHS grad and Olympic gold medalist Brittany Reese has recently taken a coaching position at the University of California at Long Beach. And a member of the class of 2025, Jackson Pierce, was recently named at this year's Presidential Scholar. It is so inspiring to see what Gulfport High graduates go on to do after high school.
Of course, it's that time of year again when pumpkin spice fairies come at night to infuse everything with seasoning. Halloween decorations are popping up all over neighborhoods, and children are picking out their costumes, and thoughts turn to candy. So just in time, students of the Latin class are selling Halloween grams to raise funds for the December International Festival. The Halloween grams are on sale now until the 29th, and they will be distributed on October 31st during first block, just in time for the great pumpkin himself to rise from the pumpkin patch. To order, just scan the QR code, which can also be found on flyers around the school or at their lunch table in the cafeteria.
You saw in last week's episode how Cruising the Coast took place around Gulfport and our neighboring cities, and GHS loves to get in on the act, but we were on break during cruising, so Friday, students got invited to come outside of the classrooms and participate in Cruising the Courtyard. Classic cars were on display here on campus for everyone to check out. In addition, there were several vendors selling treats from lemonade to ice cream. It was a fun way to celebrate those who have had no discipline record and no unexcused absences while maintaining passing grades in all their classes.
Classic cars and student achievements weren't the only things celebrated last Friday. Language teachers Miss Lears and Miss Lee, along with Mr. Martinez and ELA parents, hosted a school-wide event to celebrate the diversity of GHS and the world. Reporter Harmony Montgomery was there to get the inside story.
Here at GHS, we have many students who have a sound variety of culture. And I showed up last week on Friday in an international club.
By celebrating this kind of event fosters many students to be open-minded about what other cultures are beside the one that we live in here.
I celebrate it to be able to show where I come from, where my family comes from, all our traditions that are passed down from generation to generation.
It's important to me because it can show all our different cultures and how anything can be linked. Even if you aren't Hispanic, you can join in.
International Heritage Month, and particularly Hispanic Heritage Month, is really important because I think it's important to honor diversity. We learn a lot through other cultures, and it makes us better people when we expand our horizons.
Yeah, I think overall, I think a lot of people tend to forget that not only is this a celebration for, Hispanic Heritage Month and to celebrate different cultures coming together, and not only Hispanics, but, anyone can be part of the celebration. And I think it's also important to remember that all those who decide to participate on, for the Hispanic heritage come together and kind of just, celebrate and have fun.
It helps us bring everyone together as a Hispanic, like a family, like we are. And it also helps bring other cultures together, like, for example, Poland, France, and all those other countries. People probably don't know it's part of the Hispanics, but it really is, and it just brings a difference for people to know.
And it's something that I hope that the younger kids that are in our grade levels can do and just be part of when we leave.
Recently in Gulfport, hundreds of people dressed out and laced up for the 8th annual Carter's Champions Pink Dress Run to support breast cancer awareness. The event began at the Chandelier Island Brewing Company as the festivities and fun started bright and early at 9 a.m. with a registration, survivor celebration, and a group warm-up before everyone started their 5K. Every step and dollar raised goes towards helping local breast cancer patients treated by the Memorial Health System and covers costs like treatments, copays, and mammograms. The walk was ultimately a reminder of Gulfport's strength and that Gulfport's heart beats for its survivors and fighters. In the state news, Mississippi becomes one of the first states in the country to offer digital payment options for education savings. Mississippi's college savings program now accepts Venmo and PayPal, allowing gifting and cryptocurrency for payments. This new payment option applies to only one of the 2 college saving plans made by the state treasury. The state treasurer says his office has seen a rise in interest in the program since the developing of the digital payment options. This idea is to help parents pay for their child's college tuition and help graduate with little to no debt, while also allowing more convenient ways for young parents who are starting families to be able to pay for their child's college. In national news, over 1 million people reported internet outages within just a 2-hour period early Monday morning. Amazon released a statement that their Amazon Web Services has experienced a disruption in its global network. According to the connectivity company Ookla, over 1.4 million customers experienced loss of connectivity here in the U.S., while the outage affected other nations around the globe as well. In the U.K., over 800,000 customers were affected. It's estimated that hundreds of billions of dollars have been lost because of the outage. According to a CNN report published Monday, the outage affected businesses and global industries as well as everyday citizens. But this AWS outage isn't an isolated incident. Many other tech and connectivity companies such as Google and Venmo have recently experienced the same, and Delta Airlines had a major outage with its systems as well. Experts all agree that these don't seem to be cyber attacks, but rather a failure in the web structure itself. These types of outages have economists concerned as things like this have long-lasting effects on the banks and commerce.
Good morning. I'm Nate Coleman, and it is a great day to be an Admiral because last week our Admiral swim team and our Admiral football team have done great things. First, let's take a look at football. Last Friday, the Admirals took on the West Harrison Hurricanes. The halftime score was 21-14. The results of that game in the second half led to a complete blowout where the score was 42-14, which is the football team's fourth game in a row surpassing 40 points. After the results of last week's game, the Admirals continue to be first place in the district being 3-0. And now they are ninth in the state being 5-2. Parker Nettles, Cooper Crosby, Andre Peters, and Cordarius Payton were players of the game. Stats from the game are Parker Nettles. He was 18 for 21 for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cooper Crosby had 123 total yards with 3 touchdowns. Amijah Frederick had 79 total yards and 1 touchdown. Camden Morgan had 4 catches for 36 yards and 1 touchdown. Mylon Stubbs had 4 catches for 41 yards, and Cooper Glenn had a touchdown reception. The team's defense held West Harrison to 159 total yards. They also made West Harrison get 3 out of 11 third down conversions, and the defense forced 2 turnovers. And our kicker, Carter Platt, was 6 for 6 on PATs. Tonight is our homecoming game against Biloxi. This game starts at 7 p.m. and is a home game. If you cannot make the game in person, you can watch the game on our WGTV.broadcasting Facebook page or our Huddle TV channel. Now, here is Nolan Bridges with your final update on Admiral Swim and a talk about Meet the Admirals for the winter sports.
In swim, David DeJarnis placed second in the 50 free and fourth in the 100 free competition last Friday. This accomplishment earned him a podium spot. Also, the boys 400 relay got 6. The Admiral swim team has had an amazing season. Meet the Admirals took place this Monday. The teams that were introduced were the girls bowling team, the boys bowling team, the girls soccer team, the boys soccer team, girls basketball, and boys basketball. Let's wish all of these teams and players to have a great season coming up.
With homecoming making its rapid approach, students were getting ready for the aloha dance by purchasing tickets in the cafeteria, getting their outfits ready for the dance, and also participating in this year's Spirit Week. We want to know, what was their favorite part of this year's Spirit Week?
My favorite part of Spirit Week was yesterday because I saw characters and it was funny, and today because I'm matching with my friend. She's 7 and I'm 6, like 6, 7.
I gotta say, it's probably the dressing up and just everybody just dressing up for the Spirit Week. I mean, I think it's great.
I'm excited for the pep rally. I'm really excited for the pep rally too.
I say the do all day one because you get to not only come together as with 2 people but also express your type of style, I guess. So that's why I think that's the best one.
The creative costumes like our 6 and 7.
My favorite day is Zero Day because you get to dress up with your friends.
But with Spirit Week also being homecoming week, we were curious about the students' outfits and their plans for homecoming.
I would describe it as outgoing and very Hawaiian.
I would describe it in a way, it's kind of confusing, but I'll just go with the basics. I'm gonna be wearing a white button-up t-shirt and black pants, and I'm also gonna be wearing a cool little bow tie that I made out of beads and string.
I don't really know. I'm just gonna go there, hang out, see what everyone else is doing.
I'm gonna go to the dance. I'm gonna bring my TV, my Nintendo Switch, my dock, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and we are going to get wild in. We're gonna be playing Kirby.
Unless you've been absent all week, you've noticed that Homecoming Spirit Week is in full swing. Let's take a quick look at some of the ways that people are showing off their school spirit throughout the week.
She doesn't even go here.
Got any grapes?
That wraps up episode 7 of Admiral Ocean. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube where you can catch all the episodes we've done so far in season 7, as well as past episodes of Admiral Ocean.